We're almost out of ammo, Johnny. God damn it. No! Move it! No one left to come back for. Oh, hey! Mayday, Flight 2 going down!
Hello, ESCA friends. On this occasion, I will be discussing a film titled Survivor. This movie tells the story of a Foreign Service officer in London who tries to prevent a terrorist attack in New York City. However, she is forced to go on the run after being framed for a crime she did not commit. Without further ado, let's dive straight into the storyline of the film. The film begins at an American embassy building, precisely on December 29th at 8:15 in the morning. Two snipers can be seen on guard at the location, closely monitoring the visa offices on duty. There, we see two men named Murdoch Alvin and Marville Robert, along with two women named Joyce and Naomi. It turns out that on that same day, a new female employee named Kate Abbott was also assigned to work in that area.
Oh, sorry, sir.
What's the Sam?
Security breach. Everybody in the...
Since terrorist attacks have been occurring frequently, Kate's superior, Sam Parker, instructed his colleagues, including Kate, to be vigilant and carefully screen everyone who intends to travel using a visa. At that time, a scientist named Nero Frank attempted to board an oceanic flight from Heathrow to Chicago. When it was discovered that his passport did not contain the new digital stamp, he tried to flee. MI5 suspected that he might be planning a suicide bombing and immediately arrested him. Although the government had not yet found strong evidence, at the very least, their enemies now knew that they could no longer slip through with fraudulent visas. This meant they would likely attempt to obtain genuine visas instead. That was Sam's point of view. However, Sam's superior, Bill Talbot, argued that they should not be overly strict in their inspection, since 90% of visa applicants posed no issues. Even so, Sam proposed that if any suspicious applicants or visa holders were encountered, they should be brought directly to Kate for further questioning. While Naomi was checking each visa applicant, she noticed that a general practitioner's visa had some irregularity. Naomi immediately reported this to Kate. After receiving the message, Kate quickly approached the doctor, whose name was Emil Balin, and began asking him several questions. Sensing that Dr. Balin's explanations didn't make sense, Kate kept pressing him with questions until Bill, who noticed what was happening, stepped in and asked Kate to speak with him privately. Kate felt something was odd about Dr. Balin, since his profession as a general practitioner and researcher, who was also connected to the Department of Defense, didn't quite match with his intention to attend a pediatric conference. However, Bill scolded Kate, insisting that everything Balin was doing was merely part of his side activities. Bill then explained that Dr. Balin's background had already been checked by Naomi and showed no issues. Therefore, he ordered Kate to speed up the process and let Balin go. Hearing this, Kate, who firmly stood by her instinct, refused to comply with Bill's request. Sometime later, since Balin did not receive his visa, he approached a man named Pavlo and told him about the problem. Upon hearing this, Pavlo replied that he would take care of Kate right away. Unexpectedly, after obtaining Kate's personal information, Pavlo went to see a watchmaker named Nash. There, to Kate's misfortune, Pavlo instructed Nash to eliminate her. That night, while still working, Kate was shocked when she came across Balin's visa. She also noticed that applicants with issues were being processed by Naomi and then approved by Bill. Because of this, Kate immediately contacted Naomi to ask why they were doing that. It turned out that all those visas had actually been processed directly by Bill, who had taken over Naomi's work under the pretense that she was overloaded with tasks. The next day, Nash was seen secretly assembling a bomb that he planned to use later to kill Kate. The bomb he built was placed inside an object that would certainly explode if subjected to pressure. Meanwhile, on the other side, Kate approached a man who was also Drive, Balance superior, named Drive Perry, to check the permit that Dr. Ballant possessed. Since this was under the confidentiality standards of the British Department of Defense, Drive Perry naturally refused to give Kate what she asked for. Because of this, Kate then went to a man named Howie and requested the list of visa files for the month. Fortunately, even though she did not get the permit, Howie gave her a key to where the files were kept. Not long after, Kate was summoned to a room by Sam, where a police inspector named Paul Anderson was already waiting for her. There, Paul asked why Kate recklessly insisted on investigating Drive Ballant's permit. Kate then explained that Dr. Ballant's visa application to America had unclear reasons, and she was considered to have violated procedure. At that point, Paul appeared angry because Kate had acted on her own. Not long after, an ambassador named Maureen Craig entered the room and asked what was really going on, since the Minister of Defense had contacted her. At that moment, Paul continued to corner Kate with several questions. Paul also mentioned that a few months ago, Dr. Ballant's wife, who was about to undergo treatment, had to die because of people like Kate who were too rigid in following procedures. After Paul left, Grant congratulated Kate for making a new enemy among the officials and told Sam to deal with the matter. Surprisingly, after Craig and Paul had left, Sam actually trusted Kate's instincts and told her to keep pushing forward. At that time, it also happened to be Bill's birthday. Bill asked Kate, Naomi, and the others to go to Gaston's restaurant to celebrate his birthday. While his staff went out, Bill secretly deleted the recently problematic visa data. At the same time, the homemade bomb built by Nash was delivered by a courier directly to the chef at Gaston's restaurant. The chef, unaware that the item they usually used had been tampered with by Nash, carried on with his work as usual. Not long after, Kate, who had not yet bought a gift for Bill, secretly went to a gift shop without Nash, who was not far outside Gaston's restaurant, knowing about it.
It's a great choice.
As the chef began to showcase his skills in front of Naomi's group, a sudden and powerful explosion occurred. Fortunately, in that incident, Kate survived because she was quite far from Gaston's restaurant. As Kate was about to call for help to save her friends, Nash appeared before her with the intention of killing her. Fortunately, in that incident, Kate survived because she was quite far from Gaston's restaurant. As Kate was about to call for help to save her friends, Nash appeared before her with the intention of killing her. Because of that, Kate immediately ran away to seek help. Luckily, even though several shots were fired at her, Kate managed to dodge them and escape from the scene. After Kate fled, Nash contacted Pavlo and reported what had happened. Unwilling to hear excuses, Pavlo ordered Nash to kill her immediately. The explosion was also heard by Sam and his friend Sally. In a rush, Sam immediately headed to the scene. According to information from Paul, 4 of Sam's colleagues, including Naomi and 2 waiters, were killed in the incident. Since the bomb destroyed the CCTV cameras at the site, Paul was unable to retrieve much footage from them.
Can't find her.
Naomi, they're all dead. Oh my God. Filling Kate's IDs right now.
Finding Kate's credit card inside the shop, Sam believed that she was still alive since her body had not been found. In a hurry, Sam asked Sally to track down Kate's whereabouts. It turned out that Kate was now hiding in fear, unable to believe that she had become the target of a hitman, Nash. Some time later, Kate finally met Bill in a park, and Bill immediately tried to calm her down. But shockingly, Bill actually intended to kill Kate, leading to a fight that ultimately resulted in Bill's death. Because of the shooting incident, the citizens who saw Kate coming out holding a gun assumed that she was the perpetrator behind the crime. Seeing Nash there, Kate immediately ran away. Secretly, Nash, noticing that Bill was dead, took his identification card. Moments later, Sam and Paul finally arrived at the scene. Because of the video and witness statements from the citizens, the police declared Kate a suspect. Paul, knowing that Sam was tracking Kate through the GPS chip inside her ID card, ordered Sam not to interfere.
But Nat still has her ID. You can find her in a terrorist incident.
Kate has diplomatic immunity. You can't touch her. Track her, Sally.
On the other hand, with Bill's ID card that he had stolen, Nash asked a skilled hacker to check and remove the chip inside Bill's identification card. When the hacker finished his task and installed the chip into the data network on Nash's phone, Nash, not wanting his identity to be exposed, unexpectedly killed the hacker. Sometime later, after receiving information that Bill's GPS chip tracker had been detected at a certain location, Sam immediately went there. Upon arrival, he only found the body of a man, none other than the hacker, and informed Sally about it. Seeing this, Paul, who had been tailing Sam, concluded that Sam must be searching for Kate's whereabouts. Back to Kate, she was now willing to give her luxury watch to a woman guarding a payphone just so she could call her best friend, Lisa Carr. During their conversation, Kate asked Lisa to bring cash and some clothes she needed, and to meet her at the train station in 2 hours. At the same time, Drive, Ballant, Pavlo, and Nash were seen on top of a building, intending to blow up the venue where a pediatric conference was being held. Without hesitation, Nash, who was also a J2 marksman, shot at a large bomb on top of the building, causing a massive explosion. In front of Sam, Grant, and the President of the United States, Howie explained that recently Kate had requested access to check this month's visa list. He also revealed that some data belonging to problematic visa holders had been deleted by someone. Believing that Kate must have had a reason behind her actions, Sam asked everyone to support her. Hearing this, Grant, who had a different view from Sam, questioned why Kate would have to run away if that were true.
She's still running.
An hour later, Sam approached Sally and asked where she had last located Kate. From the monitored CCTV, it was revealed that Kate had been seen entering a train station about 10 minutes earlier. Secretly, Sally had also been monitoring Paul's communications with his men, who were still searching for Kate's whereabouts. From Paul's forensic laboratory, Sally, with her skills, discovered that the lab contained traces of chromium from a bomb, similar to the one that exploded in Paris 2 years ago. Believing this was connected to Nash, Sam, who still didn't know what Nash looked like, concluded that the man must be the one pursuing him now. In a hurry, not wanting Kate to be in danger, Sam immediately set out to save her. Sometime later, when Nash saw Kate and the police at the station, he quickly filed a false report to send the officers elsewhere. He used this as an opportunity to freely pursue and kill Kate. Fortunately, after meeting Lisa, Kate spotted Nash and immediately ran away. Not long after, Sam and Paul arrived at the scene and were finally able to stop Nash, who did not want his identity exposed. Since Sam had the authority to follow Kate, Paul and his men immediately went after her with the intention of killing her. Surprisingly, after managing to evade gunfire from Paul's group, Kate was finally able to escape. Unfortunately, Nash, who managed to track her down, incapacitated her with a grenade. However, Kate, still able to endure, turned the situation around and immediately fled the scene. Sometime later, Kate secretly entered Bill's house to look for additional information about what had really happened. Unexpectedly, she found Sam already there, also searching for more information.
Everybody else tracking you. Gotcha.
Nash, who was quite far from Kate, managed to track her down inside Bill's house. In a rush, Nash immediately headed to the location to finish her off.
Information about the people he let in. Little lever.
Door.
After that, Kate and Sam, while checking around Bill's room, eventually discovered several tapes and photos of his son, who turned out to be Johnny Talbot. When they played one of the tapes they had found, it clearly showed Johnny being held hostage by terrorists. Although Johnny has not been found to this day, Sam and Kate were convinced that everything happening was connected to that incident. As Sam and Kate were about to leave, Sam contacted his colleagues who were waiting outside. When he received no response, he intended to go to them immediately. But unexpectedly, Nash, who was already inside Bill's house, planted an explosive that left Sam collapsed.
Sam.
Kate.
Not wanting his target to escape just like that, Nash desperately pursued Kate with the intent to kill her. Fortunately, not long after, several police officers appeared, forcing Nash to retreat. Soon after, Kate quickly contacted Sally for help. It turned out that Sally, who sided with Kate, intercepted a phone call between Paul and Crane. In that conversation, Paul framed Kate as the mastermind behind everything. This made Crane believe him and order Paul to shoot Kate. Upon learning this, Kate asked Sally to grant her access into the embassy building. Even though it was guarded by the military, Kate insisted that Sally let her in. By disabling the cameras and unlocking all the doors, Sally told Kate to finish her mission quickly. Kate then broke in and forcibly took a hard drive, which immediately triggered the alarm system. Afterward, Kate tracked where drive Ballant was headed and reported it directly to Sally. Determined to save all of humanity, Kate insisted on escaping from the place at once. Sometime later, Crane received information that Kate had just made a new passport and then discarded her hard drive, making the name and passport number she used unregistered. Upon hearing this, Crane ordered his men to inform all airport and train station officers to capture Kate by distributing her photo. Hearing this, Sally then ordered Grant to stop drive Ballard instead of stopping Kate. However, unexpectedly, Grant, who believed that Kate was the main suspect, did not agree with Sally's request. Elsewhere, Nash approached Pavlo in a building and revealed that Pavlo had deliberately supported Drive Ballard's actions because he had gained huge profits. Just like the 9/11 incident, Pavlo profited from the stock market he manipulated. From this, Nash realized that Pavlo's actions were not acts of terrorism or political statements, whereas Drive Ballard carried out everything solely to revenge his wife's death. Therefore, Nash promised to kill Kate as long as he received 60% of the stock market profits gained by Pavlo.
And very soon there's going to be a great deal of blood on the streets of New York, won't there?
Meanwhile, on the other side, using her new identity, Kate was finally able to pass the inspection and board a plane to stop Drive Ballard. On the plane, Kate discovered that Dr. Ballard and several people with problematic visas were working in the same field. Therefore, she immediately shared her findings with Sally, who was with Grant. Crane, upon learning that Kate was now in New York, ordered the chief security officer to hunt her down because he did not trust the evidence she provided. Fortunately, Kate, moving faster, managed to get out of the airport and head to the location by taxi. Elsewhere, Drive Ballard and several brilliant scientists who had issues with their visas were seen creating a gas capable of exploding with tremendous power. After successfully completing the project, Drive Ballard immediately headed to the city center.
Paperwork?
Happy New Year.
You too, sir.
Upon arriving at the location, Drive, Bala and his group carried the gas they had created up to the top of a building. There, the gas was placed inside a large lamp. At the same time, Kate, who had just arrived at the location, was stopped by police officers because the streets were crowded with pedestrians. It turned out that night was New Year's Eve. Moments later, Kate spotted Drive, Bala just as he was coming out of the building and immediately began to follow him. Realizing this, one of Dr. Bala's associates tried to stop Kate, but in the end, she managed to take him down. After trailing Drive, Bala for quite some time, Kate discovered that Nash was also there, following him. By threatening a receptionist, Kate finally managed to get upstairs to pursue the two of them, who were now preparing to blow up the city center. Not long after, in a shocking turn, Nash, who was about to shoot the lamp, ended up killing Drive. Bala instead. Just as Nash was about to shoot the lamp, Kate suddenly arrived and shot him. After that, Kate attacked Nash, making it very difficult for him to shoot. Because of Kate's interference, Nash tried to kill her. Fortunately, Kate managed to turn the situation around and foil Nash's plan. Sometime later, the forensic police who arrived at the scene immediately began investigating the area. Not long after, a call came from SEM, thanking Kate for saving 30 million people. Answer: the film comes to an end. That's it for this movie recap. Guys, don't forget to support the channel by clicking subscribe, like, and share if this video entertained you. See you in the next videos. Greetings from your friend Eska.